Hello, today we're looking at this sectional view question here. So it says aeroplane parts are packaged and sold in a blister pack. The blister pack is shown below. The backing card is 1 meter thick. So the backing card's there and the blister then sticking out the front. In the space to the right, complete the sectional view AA through the blister pack to a scale of 2 to 1. So AA is here, so we've got imagine it's been cut through that section there, and we're looking at it that way because that's where the arrows point. So the first one, we've got these parts already part drawn for us. So the first bit here is 40 millimeters. It's a scale of 2 to 1, which means everything is twice the size. So we need to come down 80 millimeters from the top. So I'm going to measure 80 millimeters, put a little mark. So that's going to show the top part of this. The next bit then is 75, so times that by 2, and that is 150, so I put a little mark. And the last bit then is 5, so that's 10, which all adds up. So I've got my marks here. So I'm just going to do a little faint line coming across at this mark and the one at the bottom. So with this now, we need to put in the thickness of this blister pack. So you can see here it's 10 millimeters thick, so therefore times it by 2, that is 20. So I'll get my ruler, and I'll measure 20 millimeters, put a little mark. So then I'll get my 90 degree and come straight down here. So that means that point there. So I can also put this bit here, coming down to the edge of it, and obviously that's going to continue at the bottom. So I can put a construction line all the way down, or I'll just put a little bit here. So we need to have it looping round. So I can put a very, very faint construction line coming down. Try to do as faint as possible. Come down here, and I'll just go over it here, and it curves round like that. So I can line it in here and have it there. So that's the main bits done, but it's slightly different to a normal question because it requires a little bit of knowledge about vacuum forming. So if we were to vacuum form this, we wouldn't have that as a straight edge because it would get stuck, you wouldn't be able to get the mould out. So this needs to be at a slight taper. It's like a slight slope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, say, 3 millimeter taper on to there, and the same at the bottom, 3 millimeters there. And I'm drawing that to there, and drawing it down the bottom here. So we've got that taper on. And the last little thing, if you see a blister pack, you've seen it, then these corners aren't sharp corners, there's a slight radius to it. So we need to put the radius on all the corner parts. So on here, I'm going to put on a slight radius here, a slight radius here, and a slight radius here. So now I've got all these different bits, I can now line it all in. So I'll get my 90 degree, I can line this in down to that radius. I can do this bit between the two radiuses in the front. And finally this little bit here. So then I'll get my rule and I'll line this bit in here and at the bottom. And there we have it complete.